and welcome to your Slow Flow Vinyasa session today. I'm Rhiannon and this yoga session will be pregnancy friendly, but you don't have to be pregnant to do the yoga class. So if you just want to stretch it out and move a little slower today, this will be for you. We're going to focus on the side body and the inner thigh, hip, groin area. So I really need that today. So we're just going to do that and we're going to stay nice and close to the ground and it should hopefully just feel amazing. So we're going to get started. So we're going to come over to your hands and knees and just bring your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And take a big breath in. You're going to arch through the spine and look straight ahead, or you can look up. And exhale, big curl, push into the ground. Look at your belly button and tuck the chin. Inhale, we're going to arch, look up. And exhale, big curl. So breathing in and out through the nose now. So sealing your lips. Inhale, we're going to arch. And exhale, big curl. Inhale, we're going to come through to neutral spine. And then we're going to send the knees nice and wide and just come back into a child's pose. Taking in one breath here. And a long breath out. And slowly starting to walk those hands over to your left. And we're going to look underneath your left armpit. So this is going to bring your head a little bit closer to the floor. Stretch out through that right side body. Just breathing here. One more breath. I'm going to inhale, come up through center. And as you exhale, let's go over to the right or just the opposite side. Bring that head to the floor and look underneath your right underarm. And as you do that, start to ground through that left armpit a little more. So we're bringing it towards the floor, that left shoulder. And that's going to get into that side body and the shoulder on the left side. One more big breath in. And a long breath out. Start to lift the head, walk the hands back through center, bring them onto the earth, and just slowly lift yourself up and sit onto the knees. We're going to sit back onto your heels, lift the right arm up towards the sky, and then exhale, left hand to the floor as we lean to your left. We're just stretching out again that right side. We're going to inhale, come up through center, switch your hands, right hand down, left arm over, stretch out left side. Inhale, let's come up. Try to keep the tailbone tucked here and exhale over to your left. So you don't want to be arching too much through that back. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale over. One more like that, big breath in. And a long breath out. You've got the other side. You're going to inhale, come up. And exhale over to the right. Now let's come up. And as you exhale, we're going to come back onto those hands and knees and then just step it back to downward facing dog. We just want to pedal out through the heels just a few times. It's morning here at the moment when I'm practicing, so I'm very tight. My back is really sore today, so that's why I want to do lots of side body stretching just to help me release my lower QL, that side body there on the right side for me anyway. So if you have something similar going on, this is going to be nice for you. And you can have a bend in your knees if you're really tight today. And you can push your head through towards the toes, and that's going to get that mid-thoracic opener. Really ground through those hands and spread the fingers. And try, if you can, get the heels close to the floor. But just do your best, whatever feels good for your body. You might want to find some stillness now. And just take a big breath in through the nose. And then a long breath out the nose. Inhale, let's drop the knees towards the floor. We're going to arch the spine. Look up or straight ahead. And exhale, let's just dip at the elbows. Little push up. We're going to inhale, lift. Straighten the arms. Exhale, come back, down dog. And inhale, the knees come down to the floor, arch through the spine. And exhale, start to dip through those elbows, a little hover, and then straighten the arms. Come back, down dog. Just got one more like that. Inhale, let's come through. Exhale, dip elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back up. We're going to inhale, those knees come down to the floor. And then in the exhale, we're going to step the foot outside the right hand. So do your best if you're like me and you're growing a belly. You're going to come onto your fingertips and lift up through the chest. And then exhale, we're going to come down like a wave and roll the spine. So you just come as low as you can. You're going to inhale, come up. Stretch through this left hip flexor. And exhale, let's just roll down. Inhale, come up. And exhale, roll, or maybe a big spinal roll. Inhale, let's come all the way up, look straight ahead. And as you exhale now, let's lengthen this front leg, walk the hands back a little bit. So for me, I've got to really readjust so my hips aren't too skewiff, they aren't too off. So I don't want to be leaning over to my left or sticking my right glute out. I want to try to keep it as square as possible. If you're finding it hard to get to the floor, you can get some books if you don't have blocks, or you can use blocks, so up to you. I'm just going to sit in this and do like a little rock with my foot. So I'm going to flex my foot, and then I'm going to bring my toes towards the earth. I'm going to inhale, lift and flex, and exhale, toes down. They don't have to touch, you could just go in that direction. Inhale, let's flex it, and exhale, toes towards the floor. Now I'm going to flex that foot one more time, big breath in. And as you exhale, let's bend the knee and come back. Let's spend a second here just with our hands on the floor, sinking into that left hip. Now, we're going to start to swivel on this left knee that's bent, so the knee that's on the ground. So we're going to bring ourselves back slightly, swivel, kickstand this left foot out. We're going to face the long edge of your mat, right leg nice and long. Bring your hands just out in front and just start to dip your left glute back towards the heel, but don't touch it just yet. We're going to come all the way up so our shoulders come over our wrists, and then we're going to tilt back slightly again. You're going to get this really nice stretch here through this inner seam of the leg. Inhale, let's come up, and exhale, let's go back. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, exhale. One more, big breath in. And a long breath out. Nice. Slowly come all the way out of there. We're going to use our hands. Bring right hand to right leg and then lift yourself all the way up. Arms go out to a nice T shape. Take a big breath in. Exhale, right hand, right leg, left arm over. We're going to inhale. Let's come up. And exhale, same. Let's go back to the right. Now let's ground through that right pinky toe on this nice straight leg. We're going to inhale, come up. It's going to get a stretch through the outer seam of your ankle. And exhale, come over to your right again. Two more. Inhale. Exhale over. Let's go one more like that. Big breath in. And a long breath out. This time we're going to inhale, come up. And then bring the left hand down to the floor on the exhale. This time it's the right arm. We're going to do a nice big sweep like a windmill. Take a big breath in. Oh, so good for my back. And exhale, big circle. Inhale, forward, over, and up. And exhale, around. Sweep it back. Inhale, up, around. Exhale, back, down. Come back towards that left hand. Inhale. Exhale, open. Nice for the shoulder as well. Just one more like that. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Now we're going to crawl back to the front of your mat. So we're going to walk with our hands. Start to bend this right knee again. You might want to shuffle your foot. We're going to come back into that lizard lunge. So your right foot's outside the right hand. Just take one big breath in here. And then exhale, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, come back, down dog. Take a big breath in here, just pedaling out those legs if you like, and a long breath out. Just find whatever movement feels good for you today. Now you're going to inhale, stay there, or bring the knees down to the earth, arch the spine. And exhale, we've got that little dip with the elbows again. Inhale, we're going to straighten. And exhale, come back, down dog. Now you stay here, I'm going to swivel so my back isn't towards you. We're still in our downward facing dog. I'm going to take a big breath in, dropping down to your knees, coming back into that tabletop, and then step left foot outside your left hand. So we're back in the lizard lunge on the opposite side now. Just take a moment here just to sink into this right hip, and then we're going to come onto the fingertips. Take a big breath in, we're going to look up and exhale, wave like a wave. The spine goes down. Inhale, we lift up, and exhale, we roll down. One more like that. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Noticing a difference from side to side with your hips as well. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale, let's slowly start to straighten that left leg. So we're going to flex the foot again. My left hip tends to do this one at the moment, so we're just going to try and square off. So that might mean you have to come in further than you normally would if you're pregnant, or just get into it if you're not. So you're flexing your foot, we're squaring off. Okay, so you're just going to rock back just a little bit, stretching out the front leg. Exhale, see if you can touch the toes, stretch through the front of the foot. Inhale, let's rock back slightly. It's just a small movement, you barely move, flexing the foot. And exhale, let's go back, toes towards the floor. One more, inhale. Exhale. Now let's just come back for a moment, staying here, stretching out that front leg. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend into that knee and sink into the hip. And we stay here for one breath again. So just feel into the body. It's very slow today, so we just don't want to rush through these little bit of transitions. And then we're going to start to come and swivel on the right knee. So you're going to come back slightly, swivel, 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 as we walk the hands to the long edge of the mat. Right knee on the ground, left leg nice and long. So I'm going to I had a towel here just in case my knees got sore, but I'm going to just move that out of the way. Hands come slightly in front of the shoulders for a moment. We're going to tilt back. Don't touch that bottom to the heel just yet. And then we're going to come back up again, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, let's come back. And exhale up. So notice the difference again from the inner seam of this leg to the other one. And exhale, come up. Two more like that. Big breath in, let's rock back. And exhale, let's come up. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's get nice and stable. We're going to bring your left hand to the left leg. Let's come all the way up. We've got those nice T-shaped arms. Take a big breath in and exhale. We go over towards the left side, left hand, left leg. Inhale, let's come up. And exhale over. Inhale. Exhale. Two more like that. Big breath in. Exhale over. Inhale, straight spine. Lift and exhale, coming over. We're going to inhale, come all the way up, and then on the exhale, the right hand's going to come down onto the floor. So that right hand's in line with that right knee. We're going to inhale, left arm comes all the way up and over, and exhale, big open with the shoulder, and swing it around, nice and slow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, fan that arm open, and open it up. 2, in, and out. Big breath in, big breath out. Last one like that, big breath in, and breath out. We're going to bring the hand down to the floor. We're going to walk all the way around back to the front of the mat. So just realign your knees so we're back in that lizard lunge. Hands on the inside of the foot. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale this time, we're just going to swing that leg back. Knees go nice and wide. Big toes together. Coming into a child's pose. So once again, you're going to stay here. I'm just going to maneuver myself so my back doesn't go to you. Take a big breath in through the nose. And a long breath out the nose. One more like that. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Hands come to the floor. Let's lift our head and just come back into down dog, or you can stay in child's pose depending on how you're feeling today. And we're just going to take a big breath in here and a long breath out. Inhale, the knees come down to the floor, arch through the spine. And exhale, bend elbows. You can just hover and dip. Inhale, straighten the legs. Straighten the arms. And exhale, now straighten the legs. Lift the hips. Come back, downward facing dog. And taking a big breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. Inhale, let's bring the knees down. So you can bring one knee at a time if that feels more comfortable. And then we're going to step that right foot outside right hand again. So we're back in the lizard lunge. We're going to hold here. So we're just going to deepen that stretch. So now, depending on how you feel in your body, you're going to stay on your hands. Maybe you're going to drop to your left forearm only and leave your right hand down. Or maybe you drop to the right forearm. So I'm actually going to stay on my hands today and just sink into my hips and just do a nice little rock from side to side. But if you have the room and the flexibility in your hips today, please drop to both forearms. And just close down the eyes. And just really feel into your body. Connecting with the breath. Just taking a big breath in through the nose. And a long breath out the nose. Noticing if you've switched your breath to be breathing out through your mouth. Let's just breathe one more time. Inhale. And exhale through nose. Just coming back onto your hands if you are on your forearms. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, we're going to just shift back now. Again, walking those hands. Holding this straight leg at the front. Stretching out the hamstring, stretching out the calf. And we're going to flex this foot to get more into the calf. Once again, if you need to walk in, if you need books, props, blocks, whatever you need, you grab. Maybe you have a bolster at home. Breathe into the back of the right leg. Let's go one more. Big breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. Inhale, let's bend the knee, walk the hands back in. So we're back in our lizard lunge. And then swivel on left knee. So we're going to bring your right leg out nice and long again. This time we're going to bring your left glute back towards your left heel, keeping right leg straight. And again, we're going to try and ground through this outer seam of the right foot. You might not get there, but you're going to be kind of pressing the foot gently into the earth to get this extra stretch through the leg. If you have the space, come to the forearms. Maybe just stay on the hands. Just tucking the chin. And just breathe. 1. 2. Just releasing the jaw. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, let's come up onto the hands. And then we're going to just get this left heel out from under the glute and sit down. So now this left foot's out in front of us. flexing through your right foot. Your right leg is nice and straight, and now we're out on an angle here. Bring your right arm down, or maybe it's on the inside of the leg. We're going to lift left arm up. Let's get that side body. Try keep your chest open. Doesn't matter about touching the foot. Don't close off that chest and shoulder. We want to keep it open. That's the main thing. It's going to get a better opening through the ribs, through the lungs. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, slowly and gently come all the way up. And then we'll exhale, start to cross through the ankle. And we're going to come back to the front of your mat. Hands to the floor. Lift your hips and just come back to downward facing dog. So stay in the direction facing the front of your mat. And take a big breath in here. And a long breath out. Inhale, the knees come to the floor. Look up. Exhale, bend the elbows, hover down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, come back, down dog. Inhale, the knees drop to the floor again, maybe one at a time. And bring your left foot on the exhale, outside left hand. You're going to hold this one. Once again, if you want to stay on your hands like me, might do a little rock from side to side, or feel free to come to one forearm or the other. Just try not to stress or strain too much. Stretch or strain, I should say, too much. So we don't want to go too fast, especially if you're pregnant. It might feel like you can go extra far because you're pregnant. Sometimes we do get relaxing through the body, which makes us more flexible. But for me today, I'm actually more tight, which is funny because we should be more flexible and I'm more stiff. But you just got to do what works for your body. Just taking a big breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. Inhale here. We're coming back to your hands if you're down on your forearms. And exhale, let's start to come back, shifting those hips back towards the heels. But see how I haven't sat back? My hips are still high. So you don't want to bring this glute to the heel. We're not going to do that in this one. So we're staying up high in through the hands here on the fingertips, flexing the foot if you want that extra stretch through the calf. And we're not going to tilt to the right. We're going to try and square off as much as possible. And just hold. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, let's start to bend in through the knee, hands to the floor. And exhale, let's just take a second here. On the inhale, we're going to start to walk our hands to the long edge of your mat, swiveling on the right knee. We've got left leg nice and straight. We're going to ground or start to press through the outer seam of your left foot and bring your right glute towards your right heel. Now, if you need to stay like this, up on your hands, that's also okay. But if you want to come with me, we're going to come to the forearms and just breathe. So I'm going to tuck through my chin, just releasing through the neck, closing down the eyes. 1. 2. It's really easy to clench the teeth here. So just relax through the mouth and the jaw, keeping the lips sealed. 4. 5. I love this stretch. I don't want to get out of it. You're going to bring your hands down to the floor, come all the way up, big breath in, and then just scoot this foot in front so we can sit down. Right foot comes to the inner seam of the left leg. You've got 2 options if you've got the space, left arm down. If not, left hand to the left leg, big breath in, lift right arm. exhale, let's come over towards the left foot. Don't have to touch it. Keep the chest open, more so than closing off just to get to the foot. So you want to open up. This is feeling great for my sore lower back here. So we're stretching out this QL muscle, also the rib cage. So just lift up slightly and then come over. We're going to get that stretch even more. 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Long breath out. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale slowly and gently fan your arms all the way up. And then just simply bring your left foot in to meet the right. You're going to come back to that long edge of your mat. So we're facing the sides now. Knees are nice and wide. Thumbs kind of come to the inside of the feet. Take a big breath in, nice straight spine. Exhale, let's open the feet as we come down. So opening the feet like the pages of a book. Elbows can come onto the legs, but otherwise just see if you can lean forward as far as you can, and then see if you can let it go and just roll, tuck through the chin, release any tension through the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, let's come up. And on the exhale, let's just roll the shoulders back. Right hand, find your right knee. So just above that knee. Left hand's going to come behind your left thigh, and you're on the fingertips like this, because you're not going to be able to see my hand. So up on the fingertips, like we've got a little cupcake underneath our hand. Push the right knee away to the floor. Turn to look at your left knee. So now my nose is coming towards my left knee. I'm leaning over and I'm pushing this right knee away just gently. And again, we're stretching out this right side here in this lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, let's come up through center. Exhale, swap sides, right hand behind right leg, left hand finds this left knee. So we lift up through the chest and then we turn, and the nose comes towards right knee this time. So this is going to want to lift the lower you get. You're not trying to touch the head to the knee. It's not going to happen. So don't bring the knee up like this. The magic is when we push away slightly, or gently I should say, and just lower towards the leg. So don't bring the leg to your nose. It's nose to the leg. 1, 2. How good does this one feel? 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, slowly lift all the way up. And exhale, let's just release the feet and just cross through the ankles. Let's just move from side to side. Just release that back again. We're going to just do this a couple of times. You can just do this in your own way, your own time. Just for a few breaths. And then wherever you are, make it even. So maybe you need to do the other side. And then we're just going to bring those hands behind you, feet out to the floor. And we're just going to knock those knees from side to side, just releasing the back again, and the hips. Twist, little gentle twist, nice and safe if we're pregnant. Just kind of getting that rotation through the spine, a little gentle one. Nice. And then wherever you are, come all the way back up again. Just going to sit cross-legged. our hands down to our knees. Just close your eyes for me. Lifting the chin, lifting the heart, straightening through your spine. Then we take a big breath in through your nose. Long breath out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last one like that, big breath in. Long breath out the mouth. Slowly just blink open the eyes. Release your hands into your lap. Thank you so much for joining me today for your side body and inner thigh slow flow, I've called it. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next time you're on the mat. Enjoy your day.